In my opinion, for 2020-21, you'll do well to find irons and a driver with less forgiveness than the Callaway Apex Mb irons and the Titleist TSi4 driver. Let's do it, and let's do it now. Hi everyone, James Robinson here guys. First things first, we are back, we are on a golf course, we are playing golf, and I'm so excited. Guys, if you're as excited as I am, smash that like button below and make sure you subscribe for all future golf content. Today, we're at the wonderful Woolley Park Golf Club. We've just filmed a video the first few holes back. That went okay. If you want to see that video, I'll link it somewhere. I still don't know where you link these videos, but I will link it somewhere. And today, we are playing golf with, for me, what are the least forgiving golf clubs of 2020-21, the Callaway Apex Mb irons and the Titleist TSi4 driver. Now, I'm not sure entirely how this is going to go, and I'm also not sure entirely if it's a good idea. John's put the back pots out today, the back tee markers, because we're venturing into summer. The wind would tell you otherwise, but we're going to see exactly what we can shoot for a couple of holes here at Woolley Park Golf Club. Guys, what am I going to shoot in relation to par with the Titleist TSi4? And we've all seen me already try and use the Callaway Apex Mbs. Laugh if you want, like you'll be laughing with me, right? And just to make this a little bit more fun, I thought, you know what? How else could we play this other than a low forgiving spin ball, the Callaway Chrome Soft XLS? Because why not? We might as well go whole hog, hadn't we? So the first hole we're playing, guys, is the fourth hole here at Woolley Park. I'm going to hit driver. I'm going to try and basically hit the green. I'm going to go over the corner and see what happens. The wind is into, so it needs to be a good one. And that's left already to start off with. That's it. That's actually done okay. It was that bad, it's okay. Terrible start. So I think it's fair to say I'm going to be a bit rusty. I haven't been on a golf course in a very long time. I have played a few holes today already, like we said, so I've got no excuse to not be loose and warm. Well, I'm not warm because it's cold, and there's a hell of a wind out here today as well. So guys, comment below, what golf clubs do you use? Do you use them for the forgiveness? And would you use non-forgiving golf clubs for the benefits? Because there are benefits to it. A lot of people just think you use them for your ego. I mean, spoiler alert, these aren't going to be in my bag in 2020-21. But why would you? Guys, real quick one as well, if you haven't seen, on the Robinson's Off Course channel, a new YouTube channel, we are giving away a Sony PlayStation 5. So if you want to get in the mix for that, the link for that will be in the description below. Who doesn't want a PlayStation 5? I mean, I have one, but I haven't used it yet because I've been very, very busy. But I'm sure they're very, very good. So go check it out. So you see, for example, if I would have hit that drive, which you can just about make out there on the right line through those trees, it would have actually have been an okay drive. It would have pretty much been on the green. Obviously, I've hit it left. We're going to stop with, no, we're not going to stop with it. We're not going to stop with it. We're going to embrace it, but I'm going to try and improve my golf. So why would you use, for instance, the Titleist TSi4, a small-headed, low-spin, not very forgiving driver? And I did think over that shot, that's almost a perfect time. Not because you're trying to carry 270 yards over out of bounds, but because you're into the wind, you need to keep that spin down, you need to play a little bit of a knuckleball. If I'd have tried that with, say, a more forgiving driver in the Titleist range, the Titleist TSi1 or TSi2, I would have no chance of doing that because it would just spin up too high, it would be too forgiving, and I wouldn't be able to work it like I wanted to. Albeit I didn't work this like I wanted to, but I worked I don't know. I'm not using it anyway. I don't know what I'm going to use this year. I think we're placing still, so we'll give that a bit of a clean. And now, when it comes to the irons, it's a very similar thing. You see, with bladed irons, you can control the flight a little bit more. I have used blades pretty much all my life. I've used Titleist Mbs, I've used TaylorMade Mbs. I used the old TaylorMade TPMB smoked, if you remember, the ones that Sergio used. Only difference being my ball striking and Sergio's ball striking is a little bit different. And these kind of blow all those out of the water because these are the least forgiving irons I think I've ever seen in my life. They look so small. Right, we've got probably about 110, 120 maybe. And again, it's quite windy. I'm going to try and play a low one in there and just keep this golf ball under control with these non-forgiving clubs. And that's a shank. First one of the year. It's been coming, to be fair. Yeah. I'll get my divot. I mean, I made this video to try and show that I can use them. So as you can probably tell, I tried to kick off this video in a positive light. I tried to talk about the benefits of using non-forgiving golf clubs, because there are benefits. But the hindrances, for me, probably outweigh the benefits quite a lot. Even with my Mizuno JPX 919 Tours, I don't think I would have shanked that. I think with it looking, for me, it's the blade length on these irons. They're so short. I think I would have at least got the heel to it, but anyway, bunker. You see, I did really want to try and avoid the bunkers today because I'm lucky enough to be the first one out here at Woolley Park Golf Club, and there's obviously no rakes, and John's going around raking them. So John, I mean, I did my best. Right. So wedge-wise, we've just got some tailor-made wedges. They're not the least forgiving wedges, but I don't really think there is such a thing, to be honest. And see, now all of a sudden we're struggling for par. Little pop up and out, I think. That's not bad, actually. Chase, go, go. Take that. We'll take that. It's all about taking your medicine. I once heard a story, not a story, but a phrase, that a good golfer never hits 2 bad shots in a row. And that pretty much is right. If you can take your medicine, get back in play. I'm probably going to make a bogey here realistically, but it's not a double, is it? Like if I'd have duffed it out of there, then we're struggling. Definitely not the day for a hood today as well. Blustery. And in fairness, guys, I don't want you all thinking that I'm blaming the Callaway irons for that shot, because that's not what I'm doing. It was a bad shot. And that's the end of it. If I would have put a good swing on it, I obviously wouldn't have shanked it, but right. Come on, we haven't dropped a shot yet today. This is to maintain that streak. Go, go. And that is an opening bogey, and it's the first bogey of post-lockdown golf, unfortunately, if I take my time on this and don't miss it for double. Right, some making up to do. Yeah, I just thought I'd get that in there before the comment section goes mental about me blaming a club for a shank. It was definitely my fault. Definitely my fault. But again, guys, remember, if you haven't got in the comments yet, let me know what clubs you're using and why. Do you use them because you get the benefits of them, you reap the rewards of being a good golfer? Because I think even some tour players don't use the clubs that maybe might give them that perfect, not perfect, there's never a perfect performance, that's a ridiculous thing to say, but they won't use the clubs that if they strike them absolutely pure every time, they get a little bit more performance out of, because they want to be able to think, if I don't quite get it, I don't lose all that performance. And then there's an argument to say, well, all clubs are as forgiving as each other as long as you hit them right, and I totally agree with you there. I don't know. And you see now this hole's a little bit more daunting with the TSi4 because I need to hit it fairly straight. I can't turn it over like I have done the last few shots with it. Although when I tested it in the studio, which obviously I've been doing a lot of over the last few months, I've tried to hit a bit of fade with it, so we might go with that on this one and just try not to double cross it, because if I double cross a fade with the TSi4, it's, yeah, the wind's actually off left as well, so that's certainly going to help with trying to hit a bit of a peeling fade. Come on, James. Ugh. Oh, that is perfect. That is perfect. That was the best swing in a very long time. Get in. Get in. And you see, we talk about pros and cons of non-forgiving golf clubs, and now my confidence level's gone from here to like there, so it's an improvement. Guys, I know you're all probably getting bored of me saying this today over the last couple of videos, but it feels so good to be back out here. Honestly, it just feels like a weight's being lifted. So I can imagine that you guys who maybe you're massive gym goers, you still can't do what you want to do, just ride it out now, just ride it out, and as soon as you can get back to doing what you want to do, it'll be so worth it. I'm not going to go political on it, I'm not going to give my opinion on it. A lot of people always ask me to, and I'm not going to do it, but for me, being back out here now is the best thing in the world, by far. Especially when you're hitting buttering fades down the fairway, baby, yeah! I mean, maybe I should potentially look at putting a TSi4 in the bag because, I mean, after that, that's how fickle all golfers are, isn't it? Certainly me, I'm speaking for the majority there, but one drive like that and we're all thinking, you know what, that should definitely be in my golf bag. And we're not going to try and float one in here, we're pretty much going to go all out attack with a wedge, I think. Yeah. If placing's not on, by the way, I'm a massive cheat, so I'm pretty sure it would be in March still. Right. Come on, birdie time. Let's get back level. You don't need a 56, James, hit 52. I reckon this is 90 yards. Needs to favour the left side. Just cut in maybe. Sit down and be good. Chance. Chance, which is all we want. And you know, I don't know if you guys watched the video that I've just kind of filmed where it was the first few holes back. So close to birdie in the first and it missed and we still haven't made a birdie. I just love to get that monkey off the back of making a birdie and then you're not thinking I've not made a birdie in 4 months or 3 months. It's been a long time. Obviously we haven't been able to play, but no. Probably one of the biggest barren spells I've had, birdie-wise. Birdie-wise. That was such a good line, just a little bit much on it. And as you walk around the side of it, you realise that actually you've got a 20-foot downhill sidewinding putt, and realistically it'll be a good 2-putt. Bastard. Right. Take it back, take it back. Yes! Come on! Woo! Get in! Might still be people in bed over there, so I apologise if I've just woke you up. But that's the first birdie of the post-lockdown. Get in! And that's why this potentially might well be maybe going in. I know it's nothing to do with this video because I should probably be using some really small blade unforgiving putter, but this wasn't planned, okay? I've 100% just either woken up or ruined the breakfast of the people living in that house, so I apologise for that. That was a little bit antisocial, that. Now you see, this is a funny hole because you could, I mean you couldn't really, but you could try and get it working with driver over that corner, a big high slinging draw. But realistically, it's just a long iron off the tee, down the fairway, and then a mid iron into the green. So that's exactly what we're going to do with the Callaway Apex Mbs, and I'm not confident with them, that's all I'll say. Not confident at all, in fairness. And you see, if I don't quite get this right, I mean, best case scenario, we're pumping it out there maybe 185, 190 and leaving 150-ish in. Worst case scenario, and that's a shank. I played it back for you then. Very windy now, the wind has picked up, so I'm going to really try and play a bit more of a trappy bullet stinger kind of shot. Why would anyone play with these? I mean, I've hit that well. The wind's got it now though, and that's going to be trapped behind those trees. You see, I didn't have it in me to try and really compress that and take a divot. I've just tamely picked it off the top of the surface and the dynamic loft. And the dynamic loft was about there instead of there. Rubbish, James. Room for improvement. We still haven't broken the T-peg though, so that's good. Very good. So comment below, guys, how do you think I'm doing level par through 2 holes with these clubs? And again, we've said this all along, we've always said this on this channel, what saves you? It's your short game that saves you, it's the putter that saves you, the flat stick, the short stick, it is the putter. But then it would be nice to have more chances to use the putter to some effect, so there's that. But yeah, let me know how you think I'm doing and let me know how I'm doing in relation to how you thought I was going to score. Remember, I am a PGA professional, I should be able to use these clubs, but that doesn't really make sense because some tour pros don't use these clubs, so there's that. John's setting up the US Open style rough down this left side, I see. We must be playing for money when we go back then, John, are we? the way you've set that up. Founder. Not ideal, as we said. Right, so again, this is kind of where, I can't even stand my bag up. Get there. We're just going to have to really try and hack this out, I think, although this isn't enough club. I'm not sure 9-iron gets over the, we're going to have to hit a 9-iron. It's what the video's about. So actually, the versatility of these irons as well, you like how I've kind of segued into this here. Can I open the face and use it as a bit of a playmaking iron? Maybe. I can obviously do it a lot more with a club like this than a big cavity back with a massive wide sole. So maybe it's going to save me here. Who knows? Is that sat more down than it was? Probably got about what I was saying. I've got one. I could probably just hit this hard actually. Come on. Just don't make a bogey. Oh, it's caught it. It was nearly good as well. Well, looks like we're relying on that short stick again. And you know what's really interesting? This video could obviously have gone, it could have gone either way. I could have birdied every hole, very, very unlikely, but I could have done. I could have bogeyed every hole, I could have had an absolute nightmare. And it generally boils down to how you play on the day, and that's very much what I think you need to think about when choosing your clubs. I hope you've found this very, very fun. I hope you've enjoyed it. But if you are thinking about maybe using a TSi4 or Apex Mbs or something along those lines, something with not a lot of forgiveness in them, just think, what's the worst case scenario? And I'm not talking Dr. Pepper, the worst that can happen. I mean, worst case scenario, if you don't quite catch it right, what's the word I'm looking for? Consequences. Very serious, I know, but we've now got about a 60-yard pitch to go up and down to stay par for the round. Fun. And I've just realised I didn't set shot tracer up for you there, so I apologise. You probably saw it clip the tree anyway, but right. Come on. Stay there. Don't kick left. Oh, it's done well, that. We've got a chance. And my short game saved me today, massively, massively. And that, to be honest, if you take any lesson from this video, that's it. Short game, short game, short game. Now let's go and miss that putt. It all comes down to a sweeping left to right, 7-foot putt for par. And you see, usually if I'm playing this hole, I'm not gonna lie guys, sometimes I have an eagle opportunity because I've got a driver in my hands that I'm more comfortable with taking over a corner, and most of the time we at least have some form of birdie opportunity. I definitely agree with what a lot of people in the comments are going to say. I've taken this a little bit too serious. I've maybe taken it a little bit too extreme in that I didn't need to hit a 5-iron off that tee, but then I'm trying to do what I think I would do with my own clubs and see what the differences are. That's my logic behind it. But then I've just said I usually hit driver on here, but I wouldn't hit driver on here with a TSi4 because if I don't hit it, it doesn't launch, and I would hit it in the trees and I would lose it. A lot to take in, but this is for a par, so come on, James. 2 good putts in a row, and your breakfast is going to taste nicer. Turn, that's not gone that far. And that is 1 over par for 3 holes with, for me, what I think are the least forgiving golf clubs of 2020-21. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed that. If you have, make sure you do smash that subscribe button below. Also, leave us a like if you want to see more content like this. And also make sure you check out the PS5 giveaway we've got going on the Robinson's Off Course channel, because we're going to draw that in the coming weeks. If you want to win a PlayStation 5, then get in the mix. Apart from that, I'll see you all hopefully tomorrow. Bye!